D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just watched The Bad Batch, episode 7 of season 2, and I think we're going into this thing where they do like one either bad, like very blah episode, and then one very like it was okay, kind of meh episode, and then a good episode, or at least a decent episode. Because, like I said before, last week's episode was not bad, and it was much more exciting because we had Goji or Ganji, whatever his name was, the Wookiee, which was fun, and then we get this episode, which wasn't bad. But it was just very like, I don't know. Like, I don't like, this is the thing about this show. When it's not very good, or it's not good, or it's like very meh or whatever, when it's not a banger, it's not like I don't feel like I wasted my time. But I do like, I'm all like, you got this show about clone troopers and they're not doing anything. Like, this episode was very much like The Bad Batch was not in this episode, which a small piece of me kind of likes, but at the same time, I'm all like, I don't like shows that you don't have your main characters in every episode. It's like when you have like a Batman show without Batman kind of thing. Sorry, I need some coffee. It's morning time. But this episode, very Senate-y centric, I guess, which I personally like the stuff with the Senate, but I can understand if people don't like it because it's like politics, and I really don't care for politics in terms of like when I talk about my entertainment, but this is kind of like fun made up politics, but at the same time you're all like, well, I mean, it's kind of got like real world issues. And we're getting some intrigue in terms of like what's going on and everything, but it's like when it comes to a show like this, like, do little kids like this show? Because I can tell you right now, my kids would not be interested in this. My kids don't even like Star Wars. Well, they don't dislike Star Wars, they're just not interested right now, which really breaks my heart. But what are you gonna do? Because I wish they were into Clone Wars and stuff. Like, I'll put it on and they'll, like, after an episode they're like, can we watch something else? And I'll be like, okay, bye. So I'm sorry, I'm rambling right now. We're gonna get into this episode. I'm gonna break it down and I'll explain as I go along, like what it is that I didn't, because there was some action but not really, and then like, I don't know, I have thoughts, okay? But I just wish that this show would like have more banger episodes, like listen, I will talk about episode 3 all day every day. I've watched that episode like 3 times now, and it's really good. And I just go like, why can't we have episodes like that every other episode or every third episode where you're just like, man, that was a banger. Yeah, I don't understand why we just can't have that. Why can't we have nice things? All right, let me get into this episode and everything because I want to break it down, obviously. But before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just get pushed to the side. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that I got that nonsense out of the way, let's get started on this episode. So it starts out on Coruscant. Well, it all takes place on Coruscant. Sorry, it doesn't start out. Well, it does start out. Anyway, sorry. Which I love Coruscant. It's like one of my favorite planets. It's not my favorite planet. Naboo is my favorite planet. But I really do. It's probably my second favorite planet. I just like the city. I'm a city girl, and I like it. So yeah, I just like the city. And I like these like skyscrapers and everything. It's just super fun. Okay, so and then we go to this bar right here, and this is obviously where a bar. I think that's 79, but I can't tell. And this is a clone bar, a clone trooper bar. And pardon me, sorry, I need the caffeine, you guys. So we get these clone troopers, and like these ones are sitting here talking to the Twi'leks, these little devils, harlots. I love the Twi'leks. They're my favorite species in Star Wars. Anyway, so they're like, they're just hanging out, and we get these two over here, and they're talking in the corner. And this one right here is Slip, and then this one's like Coho or some crap like that. I don't think he had a name, and if he did, I don't remember what it was. But this one's upset because he wants to tell everybody in the galaxy what happened on Kamino, about how it was destroyed and how they destroyed it. and they're trying to say it was a storm and everything. And he's all like, we need to get this information out. And he's all like, just leave it because we can't do it. And he's like, well, I already contacted command, what's the Reginald Ranghart. Sorry. He's like, I contacted him, told him he needs to tell everybody, or I'm gonna tell everybody. And I'm all like, well, that was a dumb move. Anybody that's watched a movie know that was a dumb move. You never tell your enemy what you're gonna do. Duh. I was like, you're dead. And he's like, what did you do? And everything. So then he leaves. And so he goes to talk to him, which I'm all like, oh, this is the time to die now. And he's like, Houston, he's like, you got to be careful about this. And he's like, I'm going to tell everybody needs to know the truth. And then as soon as he does that, hold on, I fast forward too fast. And then he, hold on, we'll just play it. And then he, boom, yeah, bam, he gets taken out by a sniper. And I was like, oh, I knew that's what was going to go down. And this is very reminiscent of, episode 2, Attack of the Clones. It's not a very good movie, but, he, with that one bounty hunter, the shapeshifter, pardon me. So he gets taken out, and and they're all like, oh, what's going on? And everything. And they're firing at this guy, which I just go, why are you firing at him? I mean, just because he was talking to him doesn't mean he knows what's doing. But I'm all like, you know what? It's fine. Slip is gonna, probably not make it out of this episode. He doesn't. So then he's all like, he is firing, but he turns on the speeder and then he jumps off here and he gets away. And I was like, oh, that was cool. It's like these action sequences are cool, but they're so short. You're just like, what's going on? It's like blink and you miss it. So then he's getting out of there. He's like, I gotta get out of here. So then they're checking him out and everything. And then this sniper is all like, not gonna kill the rest of these clone troopers because they weren't even near the scene of the crime. So he's like, they don't know anything. So then back at the Senate, they are talking about building a new army for the Republic, for the Empire, sorry. And because the Camino, and they're like, the tragedy on Camino with that great storm. And I'm all like, you guys are believing this nonsense? That's what gets me about it. I was like, sometimes people will just believe anything, all the lies, just because they want to be comfortable. And I'm all like, no, you got to question that stuff. But these senators are comfortable, and they're talking about how there's some, this Rampart, I don't remember his name. It's Rancart or something like that. Reginald. They're talking about how he put forth a bill to get an army for the Empire. And then this little senator, which she's all like, I second the motion. And I'm all like, oh, you shouldn't talk. You have a weird voice and a weird face. Like, it's like Moon. You remember that little like Burger King Moon guy or whatever? Was it Burger King? I don't remember. Anyways, okay. Sorry, I'm getting off on these tangents. This senator is against it because she's all like, we don't have any money. This is not the time for us to build up another army. And I'm all like, well, maybe you should, because you guys don't have the Jedi anymore to keep the peace, and you don't have these clone troopers anymore. So maybe you should, like, and she's like, there's peace throughout the galaxy. And he's like, speak for yourself. You guys don't have to deal with this nonsense. So then they decide to, Senate Organa agrees with this other senator. I don't remember her name. It doesn't matter. She's like such a minor character. She doesn't show up ever again. And so I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, what does the Emperor think of all this? And he's like, the Emperor trusts this body to come to an agreement. And I'm all like, oh, okay, great. Look at you. And then this little senator, she pops up and she's all like, yeah, but what are we going to do about the clone troopers? They served us. They did their duties and everything. There are vets. We need to take care of them. And they're like, yeah, but they'll be dead. They can't fight. They'll be dead soon. They age at a rapid rate. And she's all like, it doesn't matter. We need to make them comfortable. So then Rancor puts forth, he's like, why don't we do a proposal, and I'll work with you guys, and we'll draw up something to take care of the clone troopers, because they need to be taken care of. And now this brings a very, like, when it comes to like art, because that's the thing about like Star Wars and like, Star Trek and all these other shows is Well, Star Wars Trek is pushing it like way hard. But I think Star Wars, what it did back in the day and now is it shows like these things, these real world problems, stuff that's going on in the real world, but they do it in a way that you can kind of understand it and you kind of take away from it. So this is talking about vets and how we need to take care of them and everything. And there's actually bills in real life that sometimes get shot down, or some senators don't vote on them and all that stuff like that. And it's real world issue, which we need to take care of our vets. They're awesome. So he's all like, well, and so he's like, we will table this until we can get, a thing forward. And he gives him the look. And I'm all like, oh, he gave you the look. And he is upset with her. Blue on blue crime. And he's all like, I thought you said this would pass. And he's like, I'm not going to be the one that has to pay for this, Rancart. It's going to be you. You're going to have to pay for it. The Emperor's not going to be happy with you. And I was like, oh, he's not going to be happy. He's going to be like, and everything to you as soon as he finds out this didn't get passed. And so he's all like, don't worry. By the time this goes to the floor, they won't want to vote on the clone stuff. They'll want to vote only on the Empire Army, the stormtroopers. I apologize. Okay, so, and he's like, hopefully for you, this all goes according to plan and everything. So back at this bar, the senator comes in, she's talking to the clone trooper, and he's like, oh, you just want to throw us out? And she's like, no, she's like, we want to offer you a pension kind of thing because we want to take care of you. And she's like, tell me what you need. He's like, we should be, on the front lines because we're soldiers kind of thing. And she's just like, what are you going to do when you die? Like, you're all going to die soon. It's not like you've got 50 years. You guys probably got like a short period of time, like maybe 10. So what do you want to do and everything? And which I feel bad. That's kind of sad. You're just like, you age so fast that you just like, I mean, what kind of family could you start? Remember that one stormtrooper or the one clone trooper that had a family with the Twi'lek? He had like 2 kids. I wonder if he's dead now. Because he's like at the beginning of the Clone Wars. I think did we see him? Did we see him, or was it Rebels? I don't remember. It doesn't matter, anyways. We saw them both, right? All right, doesn't matter. I am like so all over the place today. I'm sorry. I'm gonna rush through this. So they all agree with her, like, all right, tell us what's next, kind of thing. And he's like, hey. He's like, listen, Camino wasn't destroyed by a storm. That's stupid. He's like, it was Rancart ordered us to fire upon it and destroy the city. He's like, and she's all like, I can't remember if it's here, but she's like, do you have proof? And he's like, my friend, look for CHOCO or whatever he was. And he's like, clone trooper, yeah, and everything. And she's all like, okay. So she goes to look for that clone trooper. And she's like, did you find him? He's like, no luck, my lady. So then he's running along and everything, and he contacts somebody, and he's like, I heard you can help. I need to get out. I gotta get out of here, kind of thing. I just want to say right now, and I'll tell you right now, because if you can't guess, I immediately guessed it was Rex, and of course it is. It's Rex. Rex shows up later. But as soon as he was like, I heard you can help, I was like, it's either Ahsoka or Rex, and I'm pretty sure it's Rex, because yeah. So then here she's talking to Rancart, and she's talking about the bill and all this stuff, and she's all like, it's very interesting how Camino was destroyed, and she's all like, their most of their population was killed during that storm. The city was destroyed. She's like, how did you survive? And he's like, fortunately for me, I was not on planet when the storm hit, or I might not be here. And I'm all like, well, get out of here, with your little dumb face. I could tell, with your little evil dumb face. So then she's all like, I can't remember what she says here. And so then he's like, I might have to kill this little kid. So then back here at the clone troopers thing, and she's all like, she's like, did you find the clone trooper? He's like, not yet, my lady. And so then they go to meet with this clone, with somebody. And because she got a message, and it's Bail Organa, and she's all like, they're sitting here talking, and she's all like, Camino wasn't straight. He's like, it's interesting that a city that has survived so long, and it can be like submerged underwater and stuff, doesn't survive a storm. That's, it's like weird. Like, that's their planet's deal, is all these storms and stuff, and all of a sudden they didn't survive it. Like, what? So weird. And she's like, a clone trooper told me it was destroyed. And he's like, do you have proof? And I was like, that's a good point. Because, everybody will just be like, you're a conspiracy theorist. And it's like, but she's not. So he's like, we have to get the proof to show to the Senate. Yeah. So then he gets a hold of the sniper and he's all like, he's like, I killed the one. I'm looking for the other one. She's like, the senator is looking for him too. And he's like, follow the senator. She will lead you to him. And so then he's just chugging along. He's like, I'm at the rendezvous point. I'm waiting for you. Hurry. And so the senator shows up and he's all like, how did you find me? Who followed you? They're here. We gotta get out of here. And so he tells her, like, he's like, I'm getting out of here, kind of thing. And sorry about that. And then she's like, I can help you. And he's like, you can't even help yourself. So then he gets shot. He's bam, 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 bam. And then her little guards get shot or whatnot. And he's like, we got to get out of here. So they run into this little warehouse. Oh, he gets shot in the shoulder and he's all like, yeah. So get in here. And he's like, you run to the speeder and I'll distract him. So they split up and he dies because that's what he's for, the red shirts. She runs up these stairs and everything and she falls back and the cloaked figure's coming out. And it blasts him with a little stunner thing, stuns ya, and it's Rex. And he's all like, "Where's my contact?" Or slip, and she's like, "He's dead." And he's like, "All right, we're gonna question this guy, but we got to take him somewhere else." And they reveal that it's another clone trooper. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Like, it's interesting, but like I said before, it's not enough to keep this episode from not being like a meh episode. Like, it wasn't even like it was mediocre at best, you guys. Very meh. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, like, I'm kind of entertained. Anyways, he's like, I'm going to take you to a place where no one's going to see him. Now, I think so they're in this garage and she's all like, this belongs to two people that I know. They own this garage, but they're not here right now. I think it's the two sisters from the final season that Ahsoka was in here, working on this stuff. I think it's those two sisters. I don't remember what their names are. I didn't like their characters. They dealt with the spice stuff and everything. I didn't like those episodes very much, and I don't like those sisters. They're very annoying. But so he's all like, we're gonna question him. So he wakes up and he's all like, who do you work for? What are you doing here? What's your name? Yada yada yada. And he's all like, and then he says something like, I can't remember what he says. Hold on, Captain Rex. You're fighting.
What does that make you?
A believer. And then he bites down on this thing, which is like basically like a cyanide pill, and boom, he's dead. So he kills himself, and then I don't know if I can say that. He takes himself down. And then she's like, and everything, this face right here describes this episode. Like, you're like, and then that's where it ended. And I'm all like, are we now gonna get another 2 episodes where it takes place on Coruscant dealing with the Senate? Because I don't like I don't know what we're doing here. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm all like, what's going on here? Like, Clone Wars, at least there was action pretty much every episode. But this one, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just I just have fond memories and I can't get over it. But yeah, this episode was like, whatever. It wasn't bad. Like, I'm not mad that I watched it, but it was very meh. And I wish it was, more, if that's too much to ask for. And I don't know if that's wrong to ask for, if I'm wrong or whatever, but whatever, I can't help how I feel. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I really don't. Like, it was, yeah, whatever. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys thought about this episode. I really want this show to pick up. I really, really do. Like, I just wanted to, like, when I watch it, to like that episode 3, I was like, ooh, this is good. It's good. And that's what I want. I keep going back to that episode because that's the best episode of the season so far. And I just don't know why they can't knock them out like that. Like, I mean, I understand they're trying to set stuff up and everything, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the thing. Maybe I need some more of this delicious coffee and everything. But it's just yeah. That's my thoughts. All right, I'm gonna be done because I keep saying the same thing just over and over again. All right, tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on my next Bad Batch breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. May the force be with you. Bye.